Hello there. Welcome to Wildsunne Art Studio. My name is Robinsunne. This morning we are going to do something I told you we could do together. We are going to take aluminum foil in bright colors. Look, there's red and also gold. And somewhere in my studio I have green, but I've lost it. So anyway, we'll play with what we have. And let me show you. We're going to be working in my elephant journal today. Can we see? Yes. And I wanted to show you first what I did the other day. So if we take this out, can you see the blue? Oops, I'm gonna have to re-stick that down. So this paper cut mandala is done in blue tinfoil. Oh, so just so you know, this is handy foil. Oh, this is not made by Reynolds. See if I can, manufactured by Handy Foil Corp. But I found this, I think 2 years ago in the section of the grocery store that has all the little plastic sandwich bags and the plastic wrap and the wax paper and all that stuff. This is where that was. And I keep meaning to go look and see if they have it again this year, and I haven't done that. So you will have to tell me if you have it in your store. But anyway, it is the, let's see, Handy with an I, Handy Foil. If you want to ask the people at your information desk if they could get you some. So that was a piece that I had done the other day. And the theory I had about this is I was cutting a little teeny tiny paper cut. You know, the whole paper cut was only this wide. And I thought that perhaps I would have more success if I did a bigger paper cut. So I did that here. And that was successful. Actually, I think we could take that out. And I have a lovely double page spread. And I was thinking about doing an oblong paper cut. Let me show you, like the one I did the other day. Do you remember we did this one together? Or if you don't remember, you can always go back and look through. I believe the thumbnail picture for this video has this paper cut on it. It's not on this backing. I think it's just on my table, but it has this backing. I mean, this paper cut on the table. So look for that in this lovely lime green color. So see how this one is taller than it is wide? Well, I was thinking that I would make one like that, sort of oblong, so that it can go long. And I'll be about there and there. There. Okay, so that's basically the dimensions. And if I put that crease in it, it will hold. Okay, so now my lovely elephant journal. Elephant journal. You know, I realized I love this elephant. Elephants are really amazing. And the symbolism of elephants is wonderful. It's like power and loyalty and all kinds of stuff like that. So I forgot my cup. I was washing my hands and I didn't want to get it wet. Anyway, so they have great symbolism. They're really powerful. They have this incredible family and interspecies loyalty. They're wonderful animals. So I'm going to write that all out and put that in the beginning pages of the journal. But I realized that this picture is a picture of an elephant sort of coming into human ways of understanding. And that an even more majestic picture of an elephant would be an elephant in his or her own community, or what am I trying to say? Like where they live, actually, not with us, but when they're with themselves. So I'm going to go look for some pictures. Anyway, this is my elephant journal, and that's where this foil cut is going to go. But the book is now so ridiculously huge that I can hardly even work in it. So I believe that the way I made that green paper cut that I want to mimic was actually, how did I do that? Where are the cuts the same? Yeah, I folded that at least twice. So there's the first fold, there's the second fold, at least 3 times, I believe. Well, actually, let's cut this so that it won't be bigger than my page. Then glasses. I mean, they're correct glasses. They're just not the ones that are best for doing this work. You know what? I didn't do this fold again. Let's see if I can wipe out those crinkles from the fold. Okay. So the green one was using kind of curly cues. So let's try using some shapes. That are a little straighter. We'll see what that looks like. Sort of a square heart. Hope that works out. Doesn't just end up looking ridiculous. not talking very much because I'm trying to think about where I want my cuts to go. Confetti. Wow, this is going to be interesting trying to glue this down. Right, let's put this down. Let's see where we are. It comes in from the edge. I think I'm going to keep this outside edge solid. I could put I can hear this thumping and running back and forth upstairs, and while some of that is my son, the really fast stuff is our cat, who weighs all of 8 pounds, but sometimes when she's running back and forth, she can sound a bit like an elephant. Of course, if there's an elephant running back and forth upstairs, we'd know that. We'd probably see the elephant by now. Anyway, our cat does this sort of crazy cat thing. Do you have a cat like that? One of the things I think that's true about cutting with tinfoil is it's slightly less forgiving than cutting with paper. You know, like you could almost glue paper back together again and you'd never know it. But boy, you really cannot glue. It's really easy to get lost. You can't glue foil back together. Let's see if we can take this apart. So one of the things I talked about, I don't know, 3 or so videos ago, is that the act of cutting a couple of layers of foil kind of bonds the two edges together. So in taking it apart, a person has to be really careful. Yeah, paper just, I think it's doing it again right here on this fold. All right, now I have to leave it on the table because I'm sort of losing my way with how it's falling here. Yeah, so foil is just a whole another kettle of fish. It's much more delicate than paper. And I had to use my awl to get in there and sort of part the foil from the inside rather than trying to tear it from the outside, because I would have ripped it, because it kind of glues itself together when you cut it, which is weird because paper doesn't act like that at all. Yeah, paper kind of wants to go back to the, you know, all those fibers in paper get going in the same direction. So if you bend it, it wants to unbend. If you know, cut two pieces apart, they're not going to fuse back together. Yeah, it's just, paper's really different than foil. I know I'm telling you something that's brand new to you. Kidding, kidding. Of course, paper and foil are very different from each other. But after cutting so many paper cuts, all right, so now we've got half of it undone. Yeah, it's really, I don't know how to say it any differently. It's fused together. So it would be great if you found some of this colored foil. But of course you could use, and Christmas time is a great time to go out looking for metallic gift wrap. There's lots of silver and gold wrap, and some of it's just plain silver topped paper or gold topped paper. Like, it doesn't even have any more pattern on it, which would be potentially confusing in a paper cut. I don't know how much more pattern you need when you're cutting this much pattern into it. Yes, it is definitely way easier to unfold a paper cut. But a tinfoil cut, so I'm sorry if this is slightly boring, to watch me do this. It's just taking this long. You know what? Let's try this. What if I put a piece of paper Did I do that right? Yes, yes I did. Well, except for on that side or that side. Looking pretty cool though, doesn't it? Alrighty. So this is going to be wicked tricky to get into my, how much can you see? A little bit. I'm scared to take this off the table for fear. That wasn't the page. Where's the page I wanted to put this? Not that one. Hello. Oh, here it is. All right. Let's try doing this. So I'm trying to do, wait a minute, I'm going to get in the way of the paper. The foil cut. There, maybe that'll work. All right, we have strings up there. So let me show you what I did to get the blue one in. I folded a piece of paper. This is incredibly complicated, isn't it? I kind of lined it up. Oh dear, what have I done? And I lined it up. I don't know if you can see this, and I don't dare try to pick this up. There's the crease mark for where I originally folded it right there. So I'm going to put the crease of the paper on the original crease of the tinfoil. And I'm going to fold. I wonder if you could do this. Huh, that's an interesting idea. I wonder if I could fold the tinfoil around paper to begin with. And then unfolding it would be perhaps a little easier. Ooh. Catching on things underneath. So the way, now I can bring this fully in. The way I did this the other day with the blue one is that I glued the tinfoil just on this one side and then used the paper to open it up and put it on. And I'll show you how I did this. And again, I was going to have this be sort of a short film, but this is so tender and complicated to deal with that this isn't going to be short. So I was thinking about what kind of glue. So this is the Fabri-Tac. Well, it says it works with glass, bonds fabrics, lace, glass, leather, wood, and trims. So if it does glass, maybe it would do metal. The thing is, the nib on Fabri-Tac is really pretty big. And if I tried to, you know, trace it out, it would be really hard to get a thin enough line of glue in little places like that. Skinny lines like that. So it might work on a chunkier one. But I was trying to think of something that would work. This is polymer medium, which I think is almost the same kind of thing as gel medium, except, well, this is 100% acrylic polymer emulsion. All these words, I wish they would all say the same thing. So, and this is 100% acrylic polymer dispersion. Well, anyway, so far it's working with the blue one that I did. So with gel medium, you know, it's gummy, it's like paste. So how could I get, again, a very thin line into these curls? And with the Fabri-Tac, which I think might actually work on the foil adhering foil and paper, I don't know how to get it thin enough. And I mean, maybe I could go in with a paintbrush, you know, take the whole top cap off. But anyway, what I figured out was this polymer stuff is very liquid. See, like that, it's going to drip. So I was thinking, well, great, that's the perfect texture for using a paintbrush. So this is what I did, and when I did the blue one, I had enough time, like it didn't dry so fast that I couldn't get all the way around the paper cut. So we will just give this a try. One of the things I found that the folded paper does is it helps get the edge, the folded edge of the paper cut all the way down into the crease of the book, which, as you can see, my book is a little overloaded and I need help getting paper down in the crease, never mind this extremely delicate tinfoil. So I don't know what you can see. This may look like I'm painting air, but I really am painting, and I would pick it up and show it to you, except that time is of the essence. I have to sort of hurry with this painting because I don't want the stuff over there to dry before I get the stuff over here painted. There, I think that's everything. All these little points so that as I turn pages I won't accidentally crunch them up. Okay, I'm taking too long. All right, that's enough. How can I put this so that it won't roll? All right. So we take the paper, and it's a little high, there we go. Stick it right down in the corner, and hopefully that worked. It did, except of course the part about getting on the paper clip. So I'm getting these little wrinkles here, but I actually feel like the rest of it was so successful that I am willing to let that be. Wow, look at that. Okay. Get those out of the way. These little strings here. So they are supposed to be little dangles in the center of the signature. It's a little bit of a bubble there. All right, now we're going to do it the other way. There we go. Round 2. Put a big glob of the polymer right up there to get over the knot of the signature. That part was slightly badly placed, but oops. Actually, this is being wicked successful. I'm being very pleased. Eeps, don't move, don't move. All right, let's come up here and down and around. Oh, I'm being so quiet. I hope you are not being bored, but I kind of feel like I don't dare talk very much. It's not a good time to be working on being sociable. Okay, I think we're there. So what if I brought this page up to meet it rather than asking the tinfoil to fall over neatly? Ta-da! Okay. I'll have to do something with those to get them settled, but there. Wait a sec. There's some glue on that side of the page, so. Oh, I tried really hard. It's very hard to get the paper all the way down, and it didn't work. Well, it worked in some of the places, but it's really hard making the foil go all the way as far into that, and it's kind of loose right here. So this is what I did on the blue one. Is I cut it rather than having it just split any old which way on its own. I cut it so that it would split where I want it to. And then we can fold that down, and we can do that here. That will also take care of these strings. Oh dear, that's not sticking very well at all, so This one too, I'm going to have to cut. I mean, you don't have to cut it. Maybe if I just left it alone, it would sort of belly properly. But I would rather cut it rather than having, you know, a cut come kind of jaggedly across. See, I almost got it here. Well, that's pretty good. All right, so let's show you. Can I get this up a little closer to you? Oh, look what happens with the light. Oh, wow. So cool. I love how the gold is actually not that different a color from the brown behind it. So you kind of have to move the page in order to see it. Wow, look at that flash. Totally awesome. My W's, I hope that stuff works out for you today, just like it worked out for me. Maybe not totally perfect, but enough to delight. May you find delight in your world today. Thanks. See you next time. Bye.